is a piece called "A Quarter at a Time." I have met the future ruler of the free world. Under this leader's tyrannical rule, the nations of the globe will be ushered into an unfaltering dominion of one focused, unified vision. There will be no more countries, no more borders. There will be only one world order, led by a single, stoic personality. Her name is Lilith. She's 9 years old. Lilith is not shy when it comes to talking about her plans for world domination. This unassuming girl with the fire-red page boy haircut, diminutive even for a girl her age, can often be heard informing people of their predestined place in her benevolent dictatorship. Her older sister has been promised a position of power and stature among the higher ranks of government. The diner waitress who spilled juice in her lap will not be so lucky. Apparently, she has become accustomed to the idea of deciding who lives and who dies. Lilith already has decided on a name for her empire, Lilantis. Domed underwater cities will provide strategic defense in the early years of her nation-building campaign, guarded by soldiers riding giant genetically altered seahorses. Uniform designs are being taken under consideration. She plays it close to the chest when it comes to her takeover plans. It will be by force, that is for certain. There will be time for diplomacy after the initial battles have ended. She knows not to give away too many secret details. Nevertheless, she has confided in a select few that insects will play a major part in the first wave of the invasion, as will a large number of rats. Possibly even zombie rats, although the logistics behind this have not yet been properly researched. A massive campaign of domination and subversion, perpetrated on a global scale, requires an adequate amount of funding. Zombie rats and aquadomes don't come cheap. There is a price tag attached to any endeavor of such magnitude, and Lilith has calculated the budget of her master plan precisely. The total cost of her world rule? $17,542,726.57. The most disturbing aspect of this seemingly random number is the chilling finality of the 57 cents. You can always find her fundraising, asking family members and strangers alike for unwanted loose change and other small donations. Most of the money collected for the campaign is stored away in a large mason jar, prominently displayed on Lilith's bedside table. A few years ago, Lilith's mother noticed that the majority of the coins and stray singles that half filled the jar just the other day was now missing. In its place were dozens of nondescript folded slips of white ruled paper. When questioned, Lilith simply shrugged and explained that she had been trading with friends. The school called 2 days later. It seemed that Lilith had concluded that you could not simply raise money towards the eventual goal of world domination. Occasionally, you had to spend a little. With an eye towards laying the groundwork of her future armies, she had approached several of her fellow classmates, or she affectionately called them future followers, and offered to purchase their souls. Upon closer examination, each slip of folded paper in the mason jar contained the name of the student, the words, "my soul," and the cash amount paid for each ethereal entity. The amounts varied from student to student, ranging from 25 cents to a couple of dollars, no doubt based upon Lilith's shrewd appraisal of each soul's future value. It had taken 2 days for some of the students to exhibit seller's remorse and complain to their parents that they wanted their souls back. The parents were not amused by Lilith's collection. The school was even less amused. Having previously banned Halloween parades for fear of exposing students to the influence of occult iconography, the school administration was more than a little perturbed at the thought of soul trafficking taking place on school grounds. But their solution to Lilith's spiritual investments, however, was somewhat unorthodox. All of the students she had purchased souls from were lined up, and Lilith was forced to hand each student back his or her slip of paper, effectively giving them their soul back, and apologizing for treading in God's domain. She protested the massive soul recall at first, stating that possession is 9/10 of the law, extolling the virtues of free market, and walking that the money that she paid out for the souls would not be returned as well. However, she did what she was told and obediently performed the school's soul redistribution ritual. Weeks later, when asked why she did not put up more of a fight, she would merely smile and reply, "I only gave back the slips of paper." Ever since the soul incident, as it's known on her permanent record, Lilith's plans have become more low-key. Many have assumed that her lust for global conflict and world domination have simply been abandoned, But those wise enough to ask her questions regarding it know otherwise. Just you wait, she says, with a smile. The rats will come soon enough. Lilith just recently turned 12. As she approaches her teenage years, it's quite possible that her interests will turn to boys and fashion and divert her attention away from dreams of nation building and global conquest. Alternatively, her gradual progression towards maturity might simply bring about what she ominously refers to as Phase 2. Until then, a small chill travels down my spine with every quarter that she feeds into her piggy bank, and I'm vigilantly on the lookout for folded slips of white ruled paper.
Just hit the button here.
And the final reader from Centenary.
Thanks.